What's up guys, and welcome back to another Pokémon Mega Green Alpha Sapphire. I guess it's not a speculation video, it's not an analysis video, or I guess it is an analysis video. Basically, the leaks have started, but not in so many words. They might have started, or people might just be starting to fake starting them, if you guys get what I mean. Basically, obviously I'm going to cover any leaks that come out, guys, and it's going to be obvious that they're leaks before you even get into the video, and I've just said they're leaks, so if you guys don't want to be spoiled, you can leave the video now. But any leaks that supposedly come out, whether they, they're confirmed, whether they're pictures, whether they're just text, people saying, "Oh, this is what's happening," I'm going to be sort of covering them and then saying, "Okay, so I think this is real," or we'll analyze it, and you can tell me in the comment section as well if you think it's real as well. But this person is on the Pokemon Reddit, and they basically start off their post by saying, "This account has to be a throwaway due to the contract under which I work. I felt the need to release this information because I'm a lurker on this site and it's hard to keep everything contained and I just can't handle it anymore." So I guess, he's saying he's on the Reddit site and he's like, "Oh, I just want to tell him." So yeah. Basically, the leaks he's got, he's saying that Mega Flygon, Mega Jirachi, Mega Solrock, and Mega Lunatone have all been programmed into the game. All except Jirachi are scheduled to be officially revealed in the next 2 weeks, so watch out for that, guys. Now, it links into the demo here. Depending on the demo code that one gets, they will receive the Mega Stone for Lunatone or Solrock. I will update if I manage to get any information on these or other Pokemon. Whether or not you choose to believe me is of no concern to me, because you will all know in the coming weeks that I was correct. So, basically it's 4 Megas he's saying are going to be, revealed then. Obviously, all except Jirachi is going to be revealed. Jirachi we could assume is an event in the future, possibly. But Mega Solrock and Mega Lunatone, in terms of the demo, it seems plausible in my mind. Because if you think about it, the demo is in Moss Deep City, and in Moss Deep City, Tate and Liza use as their aces Lunatone and Solrock. So that would sort of link in there. Obviously, we'll find out when the demos actually come out whether this is the truth, because there is going to be an exclusive Mega Evolution in the demo, so it's going to be one we haven't seen before, so there's certainly more coming. But who knows? Mega Flygon is a Mega everyone wants. I see it happening, to be honest. I think it's going to happen. But they're keeping it under wraps. Sort of to release it just before the games come out to sort of extra hype up the train. It is probably going to be related to the guy to do with Secret Bases as well as the girl to do with Contest has a Mega Altera, so it would make sense there. And stuff like that. So, at this point, in the initial information, I would say it's plausible. I don't believe it, because I don't believe leaks, but it's plausible. Update number 1, he's then put several updates down here. Update number 1, I totally forgotten, technically this isn't a spoiler, but you guys will definitely love the new Trick House, and whoever redesigned that place deserves an award. So obviously I haven't spoken much about Trick House, or no one's really thought much about Trick House for a while actually, and no one's really covered it. But the Trick House in Hone is amazing. I guess we'll see how it looks in its redesign, what new puzzles there are eventually, but obviously he's sort of said there, I can't really judge there because it could be completely made up, or it could be just sort of trying to hype, I don't know. Update number 2, he says, I will answer your questions to my full extent, so ask away. Update number 3, people who want to know what Mega Flygon looks like. Disclaimer, I saw 2 versions of it I saw 2 versions of it early on as concept art, so I have no idea as to how much has changed in the final design, but it should have parts, if not all, of the following. Mega Flygon's wings and that triple tail thing at the end of its tail, I'm reading it exactly as it is, become much more detailed and sharp. The tips of its horns get more colour and design. The second concept art I saw showed Flygon with 4 wings instead of 2. I do not know if the 4 wings remained though. So, I mean, we can't really take anything from that because he could just be making it up. There's no real, I guess, proof. I can't really explain, I can't go further than that, guys, It's basically just him. He could be making it up easily, or he could be talking from the designs, who knows. Final update, I will continue to respond on comments, so keep them coming. Also, I'll slowly try to get more info from work, and we'll have a daily post of my findings every day starting Monday, so we could see more from this guy, who knows. So be sure to look out for that. Thanks to everyone's comments, and I think I responded to them all. Please check to see if something else has asked your question yet, before asking me though, because it's getting very repetitive. Thank you again. I'm going to bed right now, so I'll respond to comments again tomorrow morning. Keep the questions coming, and as for those doubting me, I'm working with the mods to get enough proof for them to also verify my authenticity. So that's the mods on the Reddit. So if I scroll down a bit, actually there's one point where the mod actually replies, if I can find it. Here we are. Someone's like, if you're lying, I was seriously consider getting help as a craft attention to Pokemon message was very sad. The leaker says, I am not. I'm actually currently working with the mods to try and prove I do in fact have real knowledge of unreleased things. And someone else asked, could a moderator confirm this? And he said, I'm working on this with a mod to find a way to confirm this. And someone else like, he means, could a mod confirm they're working with you? And then a mod comes in, we are working with him to make sure none of this is fake. Thank you for your concern. So... And he says, the leaker says, I'm sending them proof as I type. So, possibly sending some proofs to the mods just to sort of prove he's actually telling the truth. I don't know. So, now I'm going to scroll down the comments and look and see what what else in the comment section, whether he's put anything else in the comment section, guys, to see if he can prove, or I don't know, prove his validity or whatnot. Someone comments about Mega Milotic. He says, I've actually heard of Mega Milotic from work as a supposed water fairy. However, I do not have as complete proof as I do for the others, so I didn't mention it above. I do believe that this one will happen though. I also think I heard about a rise in special defense, but again, I'm not 100% positive. I'll try to get more info. So, interesting. Then someone else asks for proof. He's like, I would provide proof, but I love my work and it's too risky. I'm just going to wait for Nintendo's releases to prove what I say. And then someone else replied to that saying, well, as a trip, you don't get a release from Nintendo. Game Freak is second party. Nintendo only has distribution and publishing rights, even though they own the series. So I don't know quite what that person's sort of getting in there, but it's a possibility. That's a slip up there. Someone else asked, any others you've heard of that having seen Shiftry, Ludicolo, Butterfree? And this leaker says, quite a few actually, but most of these were early in development, so probably aren't going to be actually used. Early on I heard of all of those, but I cannot vouch for them at this moment. Other than the four I mentioned in my top post, the next one that I'd be willing to say is actually going to happen will be Milotic, with an apparent water fairy nature. So I don't know if it's just put nature by accident, or whether, he's spoken a lot of, he's spoken, I guess, complicated stuff about the game, so getting nature and ability confused, it doesn't really bother me too much. It sounds a bit weird, but I think he's just sort of got mixed up. It's not actually the fact that he's terrible or whatnot. Apparently fairy nature and increase in special defense. The reason I know so much about Milotic is because my friend at work, who is more involved with Megas than me, talked about it a lot, as Milotic is personally his favourite Pokemon. The person asks, says thank you for the answer. If your friend is more involved in Megas, maybe get him on here. What is your role in developing the game? / what kind of stuff do you know more about? Seems like a lot of our questions are about Pokemon Megas, which isn't your area. The leaker says, I did talk to my friend about doing this, and he decided he didn't want to risk his job. I work in a fairly smaller group, of which there are many, but by telling you guys what I do, I would be definitely risking my job by too much. Sorry, but I hope you can understand why I can't say this, because obviously if he says, yeah, I'm working on translation, then they can go to the translation department and say, who the fuck's here? Check their IP addresses and whatnot if they really wanted to, who knows. But yeah, let's scroll down for seeing anything else. Someone asked, or someone said, I was hoping for Mega Zangoose, Mega Viper. Leak says, unfortunately, I know I want them and I feel like they will come. I don't actually have any solid information on them, so nothing really there. Someone says, interesting, you're on the Rising page. It seems like people believe you. I've never seen it before when people credit a source like this. Disclaimer, I'm not saying you're credible or not. I hope you are, but merely stating my observations. And then the leaker replies, I completely understand your view and I can't technically prove anything, so I can understand if others choose not to believe me. I can't really tell them anything except just to wait and see. So he seems very confident in himself, who knows though. And then someone asked about, okay, Mega Pikachu or Raichu, will customization return? Any plans for stuff like Faraway Island and Naval Rock to appear? Any idea if the Battle Frontier is returning? The leaker replies saying, I say no of Mega Pikachu for sure, not fully evolved, so I'm guessing they've possibly been told or possibly heard around the office they're not. But I mean, I would say no Mega Pikachu for sure, right, as well, so. He said, but no word on Raichu has gotten to me. Customization is set to return. This is the one thing in this thing that really convinces me it's fake. Customization is set to return. It's like, okay, we haven't seen anything on customization so far. I'm pretty sure they would have told us about customization returning if it was going to return. We've seen a shot of in-game Pokemon Center with no changing area. What's happening with that? What is happening with that, guys? The leaker then goes to say, not sure about the islands as I don't develop the storylines. I did hear murmurs of the Battle Frontier, but not enough to confirm it myself. The Battle Frontier hasn't been mentioned recently, but I heard quite a bit about it during earlier stages, so possibly they were talking about it when they originally started making it, but then decided to give up on it. I don't know. Someone asked, are these the remaining 8 Megas, or will there be more? The leak says, I'm 95% sure there will be more, and I have a good idea as to which ones they are, but since they are not absolutely confirmed to me, I wouldn't like to raise false hopes. So yeah. And then pretty much someone's like, now we have to see if OP delivers. He says, I will, with a smiley face. So he seems very confident. He seems very confident. I don't really know. He does seem quite confident. And then there's a bit down here that I just mentioned about the customization and stuff. And where is it down here? I've got to try and find it. I saw it earlier when I was looking through here. Someone asked about Johto Megas. Johto starters. Do you see about Johto starters Birch gives you after the complete Pokedex? He said, this is something I'm semi-hesitant to talk about. They most likely do make a reappearance as the storyline stays mostly similar. However, I have heard from some people that they have Megas, while others tell me they don't have Megas. Due to that, my answer is that they do make a reappearance, but for now I'd say no Mega for them. Who knows? But here we are. This is what it is. Someone asked about character customization again. He said there is character customization. And then someone else asked, where in game do you get to change your clothes or hair? And he said, I don't really know, but I assume it's the same as in X and Y in the Pokemon Center. But we've just seen an image of the Pokemon Center and it doesn't have anything in there. This person says, doubtful. You can see a screenshot on the lower left of this image of a Pokemon Center with no changing station. It's the one from the Korokoro magazine, as we saw. He says, I believe that is actually the Pokemon Center right before the Elite Four, as it doesn't look like the in-games Pokemon Centers everywhere else. So, I don't know. The one before the Elite Four is one before, Victory Road, I'm pretty sure he's referring to. Not the one before actually going into Elite Four, because that wouldn't fit the sort of area, I don't think, unless, sort of looking at the left-hand side, and then there's Pokemon to the right-hand side, and then the Elite Four, entrance to the Elite Four is down in the centre. I'm assuming he's talking about the Everground City Pokemon Center. It's a possibility it might be different to the other ones in the game, but we don't know. No one's replied to that, or he hasn't said anything else about it either, so he could just be bullshitting his way out of that little slip up there, or it could actually be a possibility. So, I don't know. Let me see. Someone asked about trading between ORAS, but he hasn't said anything about that. ORAS and X and Y, rather. Someone just says, hopefully you're telling the truth. So I am speaking the truth and currently working mods to try. So hopefully within the next couple of days we'll get confirmation either from the mods that he's legit or not, pretty much. He's replied to loads of other comments, but I'm not going to read through them all, guys. I'll try and remember to link this in the description below, so you guys can check the whole thread out and read it for yourself if you really want to, and check out and see if you actually believe it. You can let me know down in the comment section, guys, whether you believe the leaks. Would you like to see these leaks come true? Do you want to see you sort of, I guess, semi-hyped to see if these guys are going to give any more information and stuff? But I guess we'll see in the coming days. As he said, he will give us some daily updates on Monday, and hopefully the mods will either confirm or deny his legitimacy. So who knows? Who knows, guys? Let me know what you think down in the comment section below. I'll be seeing you next time. I thank you for watching. Goodbye, my friends.